It's night time and we're back in a truck going to a sell point. Oh yes. So, as you can see, it is quite late, April 2, and we have a half-filled lorry here. So what we are going to do is sell the last bit of this little load. Now, over the course of the previous episode, or between episodes I should say, we ended up, what did we do? We finished harvesting that field, the sugarcane field that we were working on. I started this with every intention of knowing exactly what I was talking about, and it's all completely gone out of my head. But yeah, we got another about 11 grand off of that, which is lovely. So yeah, we finished the sugarcane field we were working on last time. The new one that we purchased off of, I think it was Evelyn maybe? But yeah, so we finished all of that, got that harvested, and we sold pretty much all of it. Besides, I think what we showed last episode, we put into the sugarcane, or the biodiesel plant rather. So yeah, we've ended up with 144 grand now. And it was 20 grand per load, and I think we started at about 20 grand. So we probably got about 5 or 6 full loads, roughly, give or take. 5.5 maybe. Oh, got to turn the lights on. There's not many lights on this thing. But yes, so what we are going to do now is just park up here and have a little walk back to the yard area. So let's turn all that off, hop out, get the old flashlight out so we can see where we are going. And yeah, we've got a bit of sugarcane work to do. That's not our field, this is our field. We've got 2 more very lovely sugarcane fields to do. But if we have a quick run down here, you can see we've got to pick up a couple of bits that we dropped on the floor in the palaver that happened last time. But yeah, we got this whole entire field cleared off now. We worked into the dark a little bit and got that done, so that is fantastic. And also we did complete a contract as well. I took a little bit of a break and headed over to, I think it was field 31 maybe? I'll find out here. Yes, field 31, and I did a quick fertilising contract just for a bit of quick extra cash, so we'll cash that in right now as well. So we've got 2 contracts left, sowing one which we've just got prepared, we'll send a worker off on that in the morning, and a cultivating one which will be the job for our Steiger. In fact, I think that's the one we're going to use for that eventually. And I think 51 and 52. Let's just double check, but I think they're right next to each other. Somewhere over this direction. There, 51. Okay. I think we'll pick up that contract for 51 as well, since it's down there. And then we can do both of those and get a quick 9 and a bit grand. But for now, what I'm going to do is huff it over to the yard, have a bit of a kip, and we shall catch up in May. At the beginning of May. Okay, we're back. It is now May, and we are heading up to the shop. If I look out to the right, there's a glorious field of lovely sunflowers. Nothing to do with us, but it looked nice. Yes, so we are heading up here in our New Holland with the what's it attached, the front loader arms attached on the front there. And our money has gone down slightly, and we are carrying along this trailer with us for a very specific reason. Ooh, almost tipped it over there. Probably should slow down a bit. Yeah, so we've bought ourselves a lovely shovel, which I'm hoping is going to attach. Why do I have a feed? Oh, there we go. Got worried for a minute there. I might need to wash this as well, or possibly at some point respray it a more sensible colour than like brilliant black or whatever this is. But yeah, what we've got back here is a couple of barrels of silage additive. They were about £1 grand each, and crikey, that's taken a long time to load. Why are they being so slow loading? Which one's that's pulling it from that one? Okay, well that's going to take a while. So, yeah, we will sit here. I don't think I can turn the engine off, can I? Oh, no, I can turn the engine off. Lovely. Okay, so we're going to sit here and load this for a minute, and then we'll get back on the road once it's all loaded in. Alright, we've got that all loaded finally, and somehow lost 1 litre in the process. I rather suspect that was a decimal point that fell off somewhere in the transition. But not to worry, we've got ourselves about 400 litres of delicious silage additive, which hopefully will go well into making us some diesel to sell. So what we can do here is honk around to our diesel production and pop this in, make sure that is running again, and maybe at some point we'll have some diesel to sell as well. But what is on the cards for today, you're probably wondering? Well, as I sort of mentioned before the sleepy time thing, we do have a couple of contracts to work on, the cultivating ones, and that is going to be a job for the Steiger. But that is not going to be the first job we do, because if I remember right, now that we are in May, that has the potential for corn to be ready. And if we're really lucky, and I think we are, our cornfield will actually be ready to harvest as well, which is fantastic news, because that means we can get that done, we can plonk that in and get some more fuel out of that as well. And we should be coming up on it here fairly soon. I think we've got one more field to go by. Oh yeah, I do love this countryside. It's a really interesting part of Brazil, this. Very, I'm just trying to avoid the road signs there, because the shovel is a bit wider than I'm thinking it is. Oh yeah, there's some corn there that looks like it's ready. That's not our field though, ours is the next one up. But, I mean, there's a potential as well. If that field's ready to harvest and not too expensive, maybe we should buy it. But let's offload this in here quick. Any minute now we'll go bloop. There we go, got that all delivered in there. And I shall park this just out here by the tree. Or I'll drop the bucket off the front, because that was what I'd really intended to do. So yeah, if we check this field, the corn looks like it is, and it is indeed ready to harvest. Fantastic. Yeah, so let's see what's going on with this quick. Bosch. We are currently making sugarcane diesel. Okay, that's good. We've got over 4,000 litres, so yeah, not bad at all. We'll see how fast that goes down. And wood chips are also something we're going to need to work on as well at some point. But I have a plan for that. So while I'm scooping up this sugarcane, I shall tell you about that plan. So, yeah, what we are going to do with the profits from the shadows coming in there, with the profits from that sugarcane that we're selling, and I've gone the wrong way. Well, no, let's keep going. I think there's a bit on this road as well, possibly. But yes, with the profits of the sugarcane that we've sold off of that first field, what I am looking at doing is purchasing a factory, possibly even 2 if we've got enough money for it. There are 2 sugar-related facilities that we are looking to buy. One of them is a processing plant that processes raw sugar, cane and sugar beets and stuff into actual usable sugar. And the other one is one that then works with the usable sugar and turns it into other cool things. So let's grab this little bit of sugar cane. Actually more than I was thinking. Quite a lot on the ground there, so ooh, crumbs. A bit too fast. Couldn't pick it up. Okay, well, I need to down just a bit. I don't know what we're gonna get. Is this somehow not on our land? Am I not on our land? No, that's not good. We might have to let that sit there or something. It up, please. We've got most of it now. Not most of it, but some of it. I rather wonder if some of that has tipped onto the other bit of land, or is close enough to it that, yeah, it's not quite letting me pick it all up as easy as I'd hoped. Yeah. That's a mild inconvenience. But we're getting some of it at least, so there was that, I suppose. And we've got a full shovel anyway, so yeah. But yes, so what we're looking at doing, and I'll show you build mode briefly, at least for this part. What we're looking at doing is using some of the ground that we have down around this plot of land, and also the one up near the wheat field, where we've got the straw. Hopefully if I tip this properly, it'll go in. Lovely, and that hasn't made a big mess on the floor. Excellent. Yeah, so if I just, I think I'm just going to park this up down here as well, because we'll probably end up needing it for something. But yes, if we hop into this old view, then up here we have a nice chunk of flat land, but it's got some trees on it. Now I think we do not own this tree, weirdly. For some reason we don't quite own that one, but we own everything sort of on this side of the tree. So what I'm looking at doing is taking out a bunch of these trees as close as I can get to sort of this plot of land. I think again we get basically to this big tall tree. So we're going to whack off a bunch of those trees, get them out of the way, which we can use to make more wood chips, of course. And this is going to be the place for a factory. And then over this direction, somewhat, get a bit more speed up. Yeah, where are we? Have I gone? This way, this way. Yes, this area here where we've got our straw processing plant, or building thing, there is a sugar sort of candy shop kind of thing, I guess it is. We'll have a look at them in the productions later on, but essentially we're going to put that sort of down in this area. So I'll have to come over and chop down these trees as well at some point, at least those three, possibly that big one there. We'll see how that goes. But for now, I am going to go and get our combine harvester and bring it over here so we can get on with this lovely cornfield. Oh, crumbs, I almost hit that car. I sort of hit that car. The less we talk about that, the better. Why didn't I start recording moments later? But yes, we are just coming up on our field now. We ended up coming down to this portion of the road, just because it was a little bit less faffing around than sort of going all the way up and around and back and down and everything that way. So we shall... we'll start at the bottom. I mean, we're here, we might as well start at the bottom, I suppose. Not going to hurt, really. So let's plonk the ramps down, turn that off, pop out of there, and get into this little beastie. It helps if I unstrap it first, doesn't it? Unstrap, there we go. Now we can drive it off of here without looking like a complete muppet. That almost went very wrong. But yes, anyway, let us get into this. Now this isn't going to have the best yield because we totally screwed up the whole thing with the weeds, unfortunately. But hey ho, that is just how things go sometimes. Not much we can do about that, really. We'll see. Oh, and I'm missing a bit there. I'm paying too much attention to the gears and not where I'm actually harvesting. We'll get to that later, though. It shouldn't be too bad. But we've got 500 litres already. I think it was, what, 400 litres 400 litres of corn or something. I'm missing every little bit I can on this, aren't I? have a quick look at the recipe. Corn. Assuming there's any silage additive left, of course. Oh, it's 2,000 corn per 400. I knew there was a 400 in there somewhere. But yeah, so we're going to need quite a lot of corn. But I mean, if we're going one strip up the side, we've got over 1,000 already. That's not terrible. Probably better than it was the first time we'd have got it. I think it was wheat that was in here before, wasn't it? Something like that. But we were lucky enough to catch it, or to put corn in it. We weren't lucky, we did it ourselves. What am I talking about? I don't know, I've completely lost the plot apparently, but that's not unusual now, is it? So yeah, what we got here, this is the area I was talking about for the wheat, I've got wheat on the brain now. Yeah, this is the area here that we're looking at fixing up for sugarcane plant, and that will give us, I believe, regular sugar, cane sugar, which sells a little bit better, and also a couple of other things too, possibly molasses and one other sort of side product, I think is what we get. And the ones we are looking at using specifically are regular sugar and or cane sugar. Now I think cane sugar is the one we're going to be going with, because that specifically will make much better, what do you call it? It's a better value product. It's a product, that's what it is. The cane sugar, like crystals, is a better value product than standard sugar crystals. So I think what we are going to do is make the cane sugar first. If we need to, or if the price is good, we can always sell it. Nothing wrong with that. But when we buy the other facility, the what's it called? I've forgotten the name of it. The sort of candy shop looking thing. That we can actually make an assortment of candies and stuff with. So yeah, that will be good. We'll have a look at the recipes. I know there's 2 or 3 different ones. Some different things that we can do with it using everything. So that should be good. And as yet, we haven't got an actual silo or anything to store sugarcane in yet. I've been looking at a few options, and it just depends on what we can find, what we need, and how much we'll actually need to store as well. Because it could be once we get onto harvesting our own sugarcane, we may sell some directly to sort of help fund the buildings, as it were, and then some of it we can plonk into the biofuels plant down the way there, just as a sort of means of filling it up, even if we're not actually using it actively for making biodiesel at the time. We can sort of store it in there. But on the same token, we don't want to sort of load everything into there and then not have anything left to use in like a sugarcane plant or something. So we shall see. But we're actually doing quite nicely. I was going to just drive this down and plonk it straight into the thing, which I mean I suppose we could do technically still. That'd be a bit strange, but I mean there's no reason we couldn't. It's either that or I get the run over and get the lorry out of the sugarcane, the sugar plantation area thing. We're about to fill up there. Actually, we're not doing as bad as I thought. So what we will do is sneak off sideways here, run down the side, and I'll see if we can plonk it into the factory, because then we can set it going as well as the sugarcane. And see, oh crumbs! Nobody saw me run into the wall there. That did not happen. Okay, let's see if this opens and doesn't jam us on the roof. Okay, well, it didn't jam us on the roof, but we're also quite far out. And, oh, we're not going to be able to get under there, are we? Okay, well that's not going to work at all, so what I shall do is drive up to the side, grab the old, what's it, what am I talking, lorry, grab the old lorry and get this, I was about to call it contract, get the rest of this field done. Maybe we'll have a bit of a montage. We haven't had a montage in a couple of episodes, have we? Yeah, let's get a bit of music going and we'll get this field harvested and everything will be lovely. Okay, we are back and the harvest is complete. Oh yes, we got all the corn off of that field now, and we ended up with surprisingly large 16,840 litres. That was actually a bit more than I was expecting, which is not bad. So we're going to offload this into our corn biodiesel thing. Actually, I think I'm going to check the price of it first, just to see what corn is worth. And it's not worth a whole lot. It will be in June, we're in May I think right now. But even so, it's only going to be 800 and we've only got 16,000. So yeah, we're not going to worry about selling the corn, but what we are going to do is pull mercilessly out into the traffic. Or in front of that car that was coming down there. Yeah, I know, we've got right in his way. And we're going to swing in here and try and avoid all the trees. He says hitting one of the trees, square in the thing. We might have to clear this area out a little bit more at some point. But yeah, we're going to drop all the rest of the corn in here. There we go. Empty all that in. I'm not actually going to start that process yet. If we have a quick look at... Ooh, crumbs. I need to get on the roof there. If we have a quick look at the recipes here, we've got yeah, 16,800 litres of corn. We've got sugarcane processing into diesel at the moment, so I'm just going to leave that running, but I'm not going to turn on the corn one, just in case we decide to make slurry later on, because the slurry we can use as a fertilising option for the for the sugarcane fields particularly, and also our other little fields around here too. But what I am going to do is, I think we're just going to park this up out of the way here, just on this little side patch next to our field. Turn the engine off, hop out, and that come to a stop. Yeah, we will have to... Oh crikey, that has... yeah, it's going to need more lime on it and more nitrogen at some point, before it starts growing too much, of course. But what we are going to do now is take the Steiger and the harvester back to base. Yeah, swing it into the road quick. We're going to whip this thing back down to the base camp. Oh, that got a bit whippy. Yeah, I didn't quite mean to turn that that far around, but hey ho, such is life. Yeah, so we're going to get this back to the yard, drop off the combine and head up to the shop and pick up that lovely cultivator thing that we've got. because our last job for this episode is going to be at least making a start on those cultivating contracts that we... Crikey, this thing. Cultivating contracts that we picked up. I am just going all over the job. Yes, cultivating contracts. If I can get my words out and stay on the road. Yes, we're going to get the cultivator and do those cultivating contracts. Or at least make a start on them. Because we've got 2 on the books to do. And we've got a worker working on that massive seeding contract at the moment as well. And what else have we got to do? We've still got quite a bit of stuff to do ourselves on our own area. So we might have to forego some contracts for the immediate future after we get these 3 finished, because we've still got 2 massive sugarcane fields to harvest. Plus, we've got to flip over that cornfield. In fact, once we pull up in here quick, I will check on that. I know I'm dunking this completely the wrong way around, but it'll do for now. I'll just drop that off there. Actually, before I drop that, I'm going to do that, turn that off, and then unhitch it. Yeah, let's check the planting window. We are in May. Yeah, we need to get that thing flipped over as quick as we can. Probably we're going to put either oats or barley in. Might do barley this time, because barley will be ready to harvest. If I can... Yeah, if we get the barley in May, then it should be ready to harvest in November. Which, yeah, we'll have to see how that works out. Because if we put in oats... I mean, if we can get oats in May, then they'd be ready to harvest in September. That might be a nice way of doing that, but we'll have a look at that. So I am going to try not to crash this thing this time, and drive up to where are we going? Yeah, drive up to the store, grab that cultivator, and I'll see you guys down at field 51 and 52, and that is where we shall start on the field on contracts and finish things up for the episode. So I shall see you there shortly. Alrighty, here we are, just coming up to field 52 now, and I figure we'll start at this one since it is right here. So we did make a small change to the tractor. As you can see, the tyres are now slightly different. Instead of having the dual kind of thinnish tyres there, I've plumped for some nice fat chunky wide BKTs, which should be quite good for us now. Very nice looking wheels. They cost us just about $4 so it wasn't too terribly much money. But let's get this field started, unfold our massive cultivator, and hopefully I can avoid doing anything too ridiculous. But yeah, this should make this job and jobs like this much easier now. And I forgot to repair the cultivator before we came down here. I just noticed the repair bar in the corner is a bit low now. But yeah, so we've got this contract and this field, and literally the one just over. We can't see it quite yet, but it's literally just through these trees, off to the left, and that is field 51. And they're decent paying jobs for cultivating, and they are quite big fields as well. So actually having this tractor with this, what is it, an 8 metre cultivator I think? 8 or 9, something like that. It is going to make them a lot easier than they were before. Because previously we would have been doing this with like a 4 metre one I think. So it's pretty much double the width, the working width we've got. I should check that just to be sure, but it's something along those lines. But it is nice, and being the bigger tractor, that does mean we can look at getting some bigger equipment too, as and when anything good comes up for sale. But yeah, so what are the rest of our plans? Well, this episode we are pretty much done now. We're just going to keep rolling around here, get this field cultivated up. But next episode, I think we are going to, let's see, now probably between episodes we'll have a crack at doing some sugarcane harvesting. A fair chunk of that will probably go into the biofuel production. Although, to be fair, it depends on how much we get, because those are our own fields that did have a full complement of nitrogen and lime on them. So we may actually get way more sugarcane than we got off the last field that we did. So yeah, we'll start on that, make a go of it, see where we are, and put a bunch of it into the biofuel, like I said. But yeah, most of next episode will probably be working on getting those new buildings prepared, because we are looking at doing a sugarcane factory, refinery, a sugarcane refinery. There you go. Those are words that sound important and like they should work correctly if we put them in the correct order. Yeah, so yeah, we've got the sugar refinery and also the sweet shop as well, which we might have to either invest in another greenhouse or some bees, or perhaps look at buying in some product from outside to work through that candy shop. But we'll have a look at that next time. So yeah, we've got a lot of trees to chop down, a lot of sugarcane to harvest, and that one field that we will need to plough up, I think, because it had corn in it, and get all the stones out of it as well. I see these ones here. Yeah, we are going to have a bunch of stones we'll need to take care of as well. So yeah, for now I am going to plug on with this, get these two contracts done. They should be fairly quick to do now, and yeah, we'll keep on trucking and see how far we can get. So yes, if you've enjoyed whatever this was, do please give us a like and hit the old subscribe button there too if you have not already. Comments are always welcomed, and if you would like to share this video, that would be greatly appreciated. And with that, I shall bid you all farewell. Cheerio, everyone.